hope. Zverev are on serve. So there we go. We have the scores on the screen. Do make sure you hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Yeah, so Raducanu's raced into a 3-love lead. Mboko and Birrell are locked at 3 games all. Get voting in our poll as to who you think is going to win this particular encounter. Going to adjust it so you can see all the scores. Just give me a moment on that. Get involved in the live chat as well and let me know your thoughts either on some of the results that we have already seen over the last 48 hours in Indian Wells, or maybe a prediction for either the match that we are watching today or even maybe beyond that and looking at towards a potential title winner. I think I've gone for Alcaraz. In fact, I know I've gone for Alcaraz on the men's side, and I've gone on the women. Of course, today is the first day that we're seeing the seeds, including Alexander Zverev, who is currently 2-all 30-15. Birrell and Mboko stay on serve. Mboko very much the favorite in that one. And Zverev has held. Raducanu leading 4-1 over Zakharova. So a very good start for the Brit. Putin Saver up an early break on Clara Towson. That may well surprise a few people. Zverev and Berrettini still on serve. Remember, Berrettini had that epic encounter with Mannarino where he could barely get up off the floor at the end of his match. Putintseva, by the way, 3-1 up with a break, of course. She's looking to extend it to 4-1 on serve, but she is at 30 all, so a little bit of pressure for her to deal with. Berrettini 2-3, he's about to serve. Of course, we do have a situation where Zverev has never even been in the semis in the desert before. So he's looking to rectify that this year. I would suggest his draw, at least until the semis, is not bad. I think Kuboli is probably the biggest concern for him. Bidel there serving at 3-4, 15 all. Wonderful to see so many of you tuning in. Do hit the share button if you maybe you want to spread the word of our live watch-alongs with other people, either on social media or elsewhere. Berrettini looking fatigued already in the opening stages of his match, and he is 15-30 down on his serve. Oh, a miss hit there. But yeah, so Zverev a bit lucky to get to 15-30 after that miss hit. Berrettini dumping his shot in the net. Adam Walton and Lerner Tien at 3 all. See Tommy Haas there, the tournament director. I don't know how he gets so much time to watch tennis. Well, I think I do actually, but... Oh, good passing shot there from Zverev to get to 15-40. 2 break points for the German. Let's get the Mboko Birel score with you up on the screen as well. The first break point from is saved by Berrettini. But not the second. Zverev gets the break. So he is up 4-2. Mboko Birel remain on serve. Raducanu is up a break on Zakharova, the qualifier. So we have Zverev up a break and Raducanu up a break. And Clara Tauson has broken back against Yulia Putintseva. Going to share with you the Raducanu score on the screen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, Zverev leading 4-2. Raducanu 4-1 and deuce. Mboko is 4 all, 30 love up on her serve. And Tauson has broken back against Yulia Putintseva. So it is 3-2 or more like 2-3 with Tauson serving. Zverev is up 4-2, 30 love. And Lerner Tien and Adam Walton are on serve in their round 2 clash. So that is bringing you up to date with all things tennis, which is what we do here at Talking Tennis. Do check out our interview, by the way, with Pana Udvardi earlier on today. Udvardi talking about some death threats that she's received amid alleged database leak that has yet to be. I have reached out to the WTA for a response, but have yet to receive a response from the WTA on that topic. But if I do, I will let you know. Oakley Dokley. Berrettini serving 2-5. So Berrettini is staring down the barrel of a one-set deficit. Meanwhile, Towson is 2-3, 40-15. Raducanu is up a double break and serving for the first set. And Mboko does hold, so Birrell is serving at 4-5. And Towson has held for 3-all. When Berrettini and Zverev return to the court, Berrettini will be serving at 2-5 to stay in the set. Walton and Tien are on serve still at 4-all. And Raducanu is now 2 points away from winning the first set. So maybe let's tune in to that particular encounter. By the way, for those of you tuning in and you saw me yesterday in the pub wearing this exact same t-shirt, yeah, guilty. I have also been for a run, but I do assure you, as soon as this stream ends, I'm jumping in the shower, okay? And I will be changing my shirt, just so you know. Too much information, maybe? Listen, we want transparency, yeah? So there we go. So Berrettini here with new balls at 2-5. Serving, of course, to stay in the first set, and those new balls will help a little bit. Oh, the WTA Media Center is facing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Yes. Okay, Raducanu here with a set point, and she seals it. 6-1, a miss hit there from Zakharova. So 6-1 first set in 32 minutes. Pretty comfortable for the Brit so far. Oh, and Berrettini's 15-30 on his serve. And it is now 15-40. So we have 2 set points for Alexander Zverev. And Mboko has a set point on Kimberly Birrell over in Stadium 2. 30-40, Birrell serving. We will keep you up to date with that as and when we have a development, particularly in terms of if Birrell does get over the line and win this first set. Of course, it is on the Birrell serve. So 30-40, I've got this one on now. Two set points for Zverev, 1 set point for Birrell. As soon as something happens, I will let you know. First serve for Birrell on this set point. Berrettini's missed his first serve, so it's going to be a second serve for Alexander Zverev to look at. Berrettini saves the first set point with a good forehand winner. Meanwhile, Birrell attacking, although the good depth there from Birrell. Oh, and now Mboko wins the first set after a forehand error from the Australian Birrell. So we have a set decided in favor of Victoria Mboko by 6-4 over Kimberly Birrell. We also have Emma Raducanu has sealed the first set by 6-1 against Zakharova. And we have a second set point here for Alexander Zverev. Deuce, Berrettini saves another set point. By the way, regarding some of the stats in the Birrell and Mboko match, just having a quick look at this. Mboko winning 87% on her first serve, by the way. That's pretty impressive. We had 3 breaks of serve across that set. So Mboko broke the Birrell serve twice and also got broken once herself. Comfortably leading in terms of points won, which also probably suggests that Mboko was applying a bit more pressure to Birrell. Mboko winning 32 points to the 21 of Birrell. Berrettini's got a game point, but it's gone, so it's back to deuce. That comes and goes. Bit of breeze in the desert. We've got a couple of break points, by the way, for Clara Towson in her encounter with Yulia Putintseva. Do get in the live chat, by the way. Let us know what you think of some of these matches that we're watching today. Tien serving to stay in the first set with Adam Walton, but he is leading 4-5. Okay, backhand drop shot here from Zverev is lovely to save a game point. So they're back to deuce. And Mboko and Birrell are underway once again in the second set. Mboko serving first, but is love 15 down on her serve. And Clara Towson's got the break on Putintseva. She was down a break in this set, but now she leads 4-3 with a break at the change of ends. 37 minutes on the clock there. Berrettini has finally held. He saved 2 set points en route. A nice ace there helping him out of trouble. But of course, now we have Zverev serving for the set. Tien and Walton are locked at 5-all in their second round encounter on Stadium 3. And Zakharova is serving first at the beginning of the second set, having lost the first set by 6 games to 1. So that is bringing you up to date with most of the matches, not all, because there are a couple of matches I can also inform you about. For example, let's have a quick look. Just going on the Talking Tennis homepage to have a look. Zverev up 15-love, by the way, on his serve. Yeah, Noskova's won the first set over Busas. So that is a development. And Kecmanovic is up a set on Kaboli. Ooh, my semi-final tip is not looking great at the moment. And of course, Kecmanovic and Kaboli played each other recently in Mexico, and Kaboli won that in 3 sets. So it is fine margins. Zverev is up 30-love on his serve, and Lerner Tien is now serving to stay in the first set. Raducanu and Zakharova are underway at the beginning of the second set. We also have a break point for Noskova on Busas, so she potentially is going to go up a set and a break. We have a break point for Birel as well at the beginning of this second set. So she's trying to fight back, having lost the first by 6 games to 4. And Zverev has 3 set points on Matteo Berrettini. Have I misread, by the way, Clara Tauson, thinking that she's up a break? I might have done. I will try and rectify that bit of misinformation. And do we have a break of serve? Yes, we do. Birel breaks Victoria and Bocco. So she's fighting back as the Australian, having lost the first set. She leads 1-love in the second with a break. Zverev, by the way, serving for the first set after 33 minutes. He has 3 set points. Does the German? Yeah, Putintseva is serving at 3-4. So unless I've looked into the future... Oh, that match looks like it's been suspended. Why has that match been suspended? What's going on, people? I will let you know as soon as I know more. Unless there's a deluge of rain that I'm not familiar with.
Gently announcing that they're just being delayed here because there's no new balls for the next game, obviously.
Oh, no new balls. 7 games. So nothing too serious, thankfully. But we don't have enough balls. The multi-billionaire Larry Ellison needs to dip into his pocket and buy some tennis balls, perhaps.
Players are not too happy about it.
No, of course not. Meanwhile, what is our tournament director doing about this? Oh, he sat down watching tennis. Oh, good for him.
Particularly frustrated at the moment because she was...
Towson versus Putintseva play suspended due to a lack of tennis balls.
First set so far has changed hands a few times already.
There we go. Lovely tennis organization there for you. Zverev has got over the line, and he has won the first set, by the way. Winning 7 out of 8 points at the net. Berrettini, not so impressive, winning winning 0 from 3 efforts at the net. I remember one particular pass from Zverev being particularly important.
You look at her numbers overall in the match so far.
Okay, so Birel is serving 1-love 15-30. I will let you know once Putintseva and Clara Tauson have found some tennis balls with which to play with. Do let me know your thoughts on the live chat. Do we need tennis balls to play tennis? Berrettini here at the beginning of the second set is serving 15 love, having lost the first set by 6-3. Players still suspended between Yulia Putintseva and Clara Tauson due to a lack of tennis balls. Zakharova has held at the beginning of the second set with Emma Raducanu. And Adam Walton and Lerna Tien are into a tiebreak, so I'm going to get that one on the screen for you. On my screen, I should say. Tiebreak time there. It is 2-0 for Lerna Tien. Good serve out wide there from the American to set up an ace, to give him an ace, 2 love. And Birel is trying to consolidate that break, but she is at deuce on her serve. And it does seem like Putintseva and Tauson still suspended. Berrettini's raced into a 40-love lead on his serve. Lerna Tien against Walton. Here we go. 2-0 into the rally here. Forehand, of course, from Lerna into the backhand cross-court out of Walton, because Lerna, of course, being a lefty and Walton being a righty. This is an interesting exchange cross-court. Walton seemed to liking the backhand, and that's a really good backhand from him to get to 2-1. Raducanu is a love 1, but she is at 40 love to get to 1 all, 3 game points for the Brit. Busas Monero, by the way, has a break point on Linda Noskova over on court number 5. Berrettini with a lovely forehand winner to win the first game of the second set. Birel has a game point, by the way, for her. And to get to 2 love, to consolidate that break. Walton, by the way, fighting back. He was down 2 love, but it's now 2 all. And he is serving against Lerna Tien. And Mboko now has a break back point on Kimberly Birel. Walton coming into the net. And he deals with that. Okay, yeah, 3-2 Walton. So 3 points in a row for the Australian. It's been real nip and tuck, this match. 49 minutes on the clock. And Bocco breaks back on Kimberly Birel, by the way. 1 game all. So Lerna here serving 2-3. And it's a second serve as well for Adam Walton to look at. Backhand return from him is going to miss, I think. Yes, 3 all. Change of ends. And Clara Tauson and Yulia Putintseva, they found some tennis balls and they are back underway. And I was right. Tauson is up a break. 4-3, the Dane leads. For those of you wondering what I'm talking about, play was suspended there due to a lack of tennis balls. And Zverev here serving at love 1. Oh, Tien, by the way, 4-3. Walton serving at 3-4. So let's talk about this, see how this one pans out. Forehand return from Lerner off the serve. That's on the backhand of Lerner into the forehand of... but he's changing direction. Lerner, by the way, backhand up the line is a real thing. And it's an error from Walton. So it is 5-3 Lerner Tien. Tien grinding almost like no one else on the tour. Zakharova under a little bit of pressure on her serve, 15-30 against Emma Raducanu. And we are going to have 3 set points for Lerner Tien. And the first 2 are going to be on his serve. Wonderful return there from Lerner. So 6-3 he leads. And the first 2 of these set points are going to be on his serve. Berrettini, by the way, and Zverev 1 game all. It was a great return from Lerner. A really good backhand return that Walton just watched whiz past him. 51 minutes on the clock. Here's the first of the 3 set points. Where are you going with this serve? Out wide. Decent return. But Lerner, forehand winner up the line. And Lerner Tien wins the first set by 7-6 over Adam Walton. From 3-2 down, Lerner locked in and didn't put a foot wrong. So, the American draws first blood, winning the first set over Adam Walton. Meanwhile, Matteo Berrettini and Alexander Zverev are 1 game all with the Italian up 15-love on his serve. We have another break point for potential 3rd, or actually potential 4th break in a row for Birrell against Mboko. Just having a quick look at the performance rating for Adam Walton isn't looking great. 5.9 is what they've given him. Getting first, by the way, first serves in for Lerner, 47%, which isn't great, but he is at least winning 72% on that first serve. Net points 1, Adam looking great at the net, 5 from 5. Lerner less so, 2 from 4. But the most important stat of all is that Lerner Tien leads by 1 set to love. Break point for Birrell against Mboko to get another break advantage over the Canadian. We had, it's a bit of a break fest, this one. We had 3 breaks of serve in the first set, and we've had 3 to begin the second. Birrell, once again, goes up a break on her illustrious opponent. Of course, the Mboko has won a 1,000 event before. And Raducanu gets the break on Zakharova. She leads 6-1, 2-1. So the Brit is 1 step in the second round, leading a set and a break. Putintseva, by the way, has broken back against Clara Towson and is now serving at 4-all, 30 love. Berrettini holds for 2-1, by the way. Just approaching the 3/4 hour mark there on court number 1. So I'm just thinking maybe Putintseva, Towson. Lots of breaks of serve, by the way, which would suggest that the court and the conditions are pretty slow in Indian Wells. They generally are because of the desert air. So yeah, let's have a look at Putintseva against Clara Towson, where they have now located some tennis balls. Putintseva is up 30-15 on her serve. 4 games all, so very, very much nip and tuck there. And Adam Walton and Lerner Tien have already got the second set underway, so there's no hanging about on court number 3. And Raducanu and Zakharova are at the change of ends and the sit-down, with the Brit up a set and a break, with barely an hour on the clock. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe so we can keep you up to date with all things tennis. Zverev and Berrettini are a change of ends. Zverev winning the first set there. Towson, by the way, from 30 love down is now at 30 all. So let's see how this next couple of points pan out. Putintseva serving here. Where are you going to go with this serve? You're going to miss the first serve, but Towson has a second serve here to look at. 45 minutes on the clock. The wind is noticeable again today. Forehand there into the backhand of Towson. Forehand, backhand Towson once again. Towson on the defense. Moonballs here. Moonball.com. Another moonball. Putintseva loves the moonball, by the way. And Towson grows frustrated and just dumps a forehand into the tram line. So 40-30. Putin saver holds for 5-4. Okay, Zverev here serving 1-2, 30 love. Clara Towson, 4-5. She's looking pretty unhappy with things at the moment. She's not the only tennis player who's been a bit disgruntled in Indian Wells this week. 2-game points for Emma Raducanu, by the way. Very, very comfortable for Emma thus far. She's won 8 of the 10 games, and she's looking to make it 9 from the first 11. She's up a set and a break on the qualifier, Zakharova. Adam Walton has got an early break in the second set on Lerner Tien. Good news for the Australian as they hit the hour mark there. Yeah, Walton will bounce back in the second set. Someone says in the live chat confidently. Yeah, may well. Well, you're right, by the way, because he is up a break. Buzas, Monero, and Noskova, by the way, 2 games all in the second set. Noskova won the first set by 6-3. Birel is up a break at the beginning of the second set on Bocco, but she did lose the first by 6-4. Kaboli's up an early break on Kecmanovic, by the way, in the second set there, over on court number 6. And Berrettini and Zverev now 2 games all on court 1. And this is a big game here for Clara Towson. 4-5, 15 all. So, tense moments for the Dane as she serves to stay in the first set. Do get in the comments section, by the way, and let me know which of the match that you're watching. Let me know which of the 2 players you think will win. If it's a match between 2 players with different letters, like Zverev and Berrettini, you can just write B or Z in the live chat. Or if it's Putintseva or Towson, you can just write P or T. We're into the rally here, by the way, between Putintseva and Towson. Nice forehand there from Towson that's going to help her win the point, 30-15. Remember, this is a big game for the Dane because she is serving to stay in the set. We are getting closer to 30,000 subscribers, so please do hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. Okay, backhand here cross court from Towson. Backhand slice from Clara. But Putintseva likes a good slice. But now Towson's on the attack. She does retreat to the baseline, though, having had a chance to go into the net. But she didn't do it, and she didn't need to because she's going to hit a lovely forehand winner there cross court. And 2 game points now for Clara. Berrettini under a little bit of pressure here on his serve at 30 all. And Zakharova has 2 game points. Raducanu did consolidate her break, so she does lead 3-1, albeit that Zakharova serving at 1-3 has 2 game points. Do let me know in the live chat if you're watching Walton against Tien. Let me know who you think will win. Just write W or T. And Lerner Tien breaks back. So Lerner Tien was down a break 1 love, but it is now 1 game all. Birrell remains a breakup on Mboko in the second set. She leads 3-2. There were 3 breaks of serve in that match, and I believe there's now been 2 holds, but let me know in the live chat if I'm wrong. If you think Mboko is winning, write M in the live chat and simply hit return. If you think Birrell is winning, hit B in the live chat and hit return. Berrettini Zverev, by the way, 2 games all on the Italian serve, and it is deuce. Okay, and Towson holds, by the way. Big hold for her to make it 5 games all. Kaboli leads 4-1 in the second set over Kecmanovic. And Tien is now back on serve against Adam Walton. Zakharova has a game point to make it 2-3 against Raducanu. Okay. Okay, Raducanu here threatening to get a double break. It is deuce now on the Zakharova serve there. Putin saver, not for the first time, cutting a frustrated figure, but Clara Towson is equally frustrated. I think neither player are enjoying the conditions out there at the moment. Pretty breezy. Probably not helped by the lack of tennis balls at one point, leading to play getting suspended. Yes, for those of you listening, play was suspended due to a lack of tennis balls between Putin Saver and Clara Towson. And Zverev, by the way, clenches his fist because he's just got the break of serve on Matteo Berrettini. He is 3 games away from a spot in the 3rd round at Indian Wells. He leads Matteo Berrettini by a set and a break, 6-3, 3-2, change of ends, and not even an hour on the clock there on the first, or Stadium 1, I should say. Putin Saver here on her serve is at 30 all against Clara Towson. Raducanu still fighting for that second break of serve on Zakharova. And Lerner Tien has consolidated, or at least held serve, I should say. He was down a break, but now they are back on serve, and he's held for 2-1 at the beginning of the second set, having won the first set. Birrell and Mboko are back on court, with Birrell serving 3-2 with a break. And here's Putin Saver serving 5-all, 30-all. That Zakharova-Raducanu game is turning into a bit of an epic one, by the way. And I think Towson's gone long. Putin Saver was in no man's land there. So Clara Towson thought, you know what, I just need plenty of depth on this and I'm going to win the point. As it was, though, she went too long. So 40-30. Just going to see if there's any other matches today. We will have, by the way, a watch along for Alexiala's match with Diana Yastremska. Oh, and Putin Saver, by the way, seems like a mixture of anger and joy as she holds serve. Sophia Kenin-esque, that celebration. 6-5 she leads. So the order of play, we'll see Sabalenka take the court after Zverev and Berrettini. Shelton and Opelka will be up after Mboko Birel finish. Musetti and Fucsovic, will take over from Adam Walton and Lerner TN. Once Raducanu and Zakharova are done, Kostaya and Schneider will take over. Putintseva Towson, that looks like it's going to go the distance, that one. So it could be a while before we see Wong and Tomjanovic. Sonmez and Kalinskaya, by the way, that's an interesting one. They're going to take over from Alexandrova and Gibson. By the way, Gibson is up a break. Sorry, he's up a set on Alexandrova. So could be an upset there. Alexandrova's form this year, at least, hasn't been great in my opinion. I think Alexandrova, by the way, she lost, didn't she, to Sonmez in Australia. Zverev here looking to consolidate his break. He leads 3-2, 40 love. And Birel has a game point for 4-2 in the second set. Walton has also held serve. So they're at 2-all. Thank you, Jane, for your donation, by the way. Yeah, but lots of breaks of serve on the women's side, Jane. I didn't see a whole lot of tennis yesterday. I watched Venus Williams' match. Berrettini backhand breakdown. Yeah, thank you for the donation, Jane. If you also want to be cool like Jane and make a super chat donation, you can. If you go to the live chat, the opportunity to donate to the channel is there. You can also become a member as well. Jane is a member, and you can also become a member as well from as little as $2 or €2 per month. That is pinned in the live chat, so you can join the channel. Be cool. Be like Jane. Tough draw for Davidovich Fokina, I think, by the way, Jane. Oh, I may have told you this before, but a few weeks ago I made a Davidovich Fokina, playlist. Not every player on the tour has a playlist, so Davidovich Fokina does have one. As I made it, Jane, I was thinking, yep, this is for Jane. If you go to the homepage and click playlist, I think you'll be able to find it. Especially if you put Davidovich Fokina in the search. In fact, you can just put Davidovich in there. Ace for Berrettini to get to 30 love. Clara Towson with another big game here because she's serving once again to stay in the first set at 5-6. But she's holding her nerve as well as her serve at the moment. She is up 30 love. Second serve here for Putintseva to look at 30 love. Berrettini goes up 40 love on his serve, although he is down a break. Good serve down the tee there from Clara Towson. Nice forehand up the line as well. Clara might have to finish this off at the net, but she does. 40 love. 3 game points for Clara to force a tie break. Lerner Tien, by the way, has 2 game points to make it 3-2 as they stay on serve now. He was down an early break on Adam Walton, but he got that back. Bocco, by the way, has broken back against Birel. I think that's 4 of the first 6 games there have seen breaks of serve, and they're now back on serve at 3-all. Bocco winning the first set thanks to 2 breaks of serve, although she was broken once herself. She won that first set by 6-4. And Putintseva and Towson are into a tiebreak. So I will be keeping a very close eye on that. Tien has a game point for 3-2. Raducanu wasn't able to get the double break on Zakharova, and I wonder if she might regret that chance that she had to get the double break because she's now 3-2, but she is 15-30 down on her serve. Berrettini apologizes there. I'm not sure if that was a net quarter or a mishit. I didn't see the point, but I saw the apology as he holds serve. But Zverev is up a set and a break and 2 games away. Okay, Putintseva here serving 6 games all. Beginning of the tiebreak here. Serves out wide. Forehand return. Forehand from Putintseva is decent. Mind you, so's that backhand from Clara Towson. Now Clara on the forehand, pushing pushing all over the court, and Putintseva can't deal with that forehand. It goes long. So 1-0 Clara Towson, and that is with a mini break advantage. So 1-0, that was on the Putintseva serve, and she will now have 2 serves to potentially go up 3-0. But we've had plenty of breaks of serve across the women's tour today. A reminder, there was a break in play in this Putintseva-Towson match because they ran out of tennis balls. Yes. Oh, something I'm missing there. Oh, you mean with him beating Marajan yesterday? Yeah, I did see the end of that. I saw the final set between those two, but I just thought Marajan was, let's say he was off it in that deciding set. So yeah, RBA is going to be playing Jack Draper. Do you like the Golden Oldies? Yeah, if you go to the homepage, Jane, and I think if you have the opportunity to click playlist, you should see a bunch of playlists there. And if you don't find Alejandro Davidovich Fokina's, then I think you can put his name in the search. Wow, 36 months, by the way. Now that's 3 years, dead on 3 years. So that means the Indian Wells tournament of 2023 is probably when you became a member, Jane. I don't know if we did something inspiring during that tournament to make you a member or to encourage you to become a member. Thank you. Nice coverage. Thank you very much for that compliment. Savile1712. I don't know if that's Daria Savile, by the way. If you're watching Putintseva and Towson, Towson is now 3-0. Hands on hips here from Putintseva. She's looking down at the ground. It's only 1 mini break, but 3-0 is a pretty significant deficit. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who do you think is going to win this encounter? Putintseva or Towson? If you think it's Putintseva, put P in the live chat and hit return. If you think it's Towson, just simply put T in the live chat and hit return. Okay, Putintseva with the serve down the T, but she misses. So 3-0, second serve. Raducanu does hold, by the way, from 15-30 down. So she leads 4-2 in the second set. Backhand here into the forehand. And Putintseva wins that point. So it's 3-1. Or 1-3, I should say, because she's serving. You like the old Spanish soldier, do you? I'll be able to play forever. You might be right. I mean, you'd think it would be potentially his last Indian Wells, but this doesn't show any sign of slowing down. Putintseva, by the way, the good serve there. So she does hold her serve back to back, and it is 3-2 now. Clara Towson to serve at 3-2, so she does have 1 mini break advantage. Do hit that like button, by the way, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Do get voting as well on our poll in the live chat as to who you think is going to win. And join the live chat too. Oh, Noskova's wrapped things up against Buzas Monero. She wins 6-3, 6-3. I think that's the first match to be completed today. How is Alexandrova doing, though? Someone I don't know. Is my... Oh, she's up. She's down a set, but she is... Oh, they're on serve in the second set, her and Gibson. By the way, 4-2, change of ends. So Gibson leads by a set, but they are on serve in the second set. Is Alexandrova's season going to go from bad to worse? I know she made a WTA 500 final here, but the draw wasn't bad for her. She beat, I know she beat Iala in the quarters en route, and Iala was pretty knackered after some epic matches prior to that. But someone who's on the cusp of the top 10 and who did break into the top 10 as well last year, hasn't shown the same form this year, in my opinion. Okay, 5-2, Towson leads. Over to you, Putintseva. Oh, Raducanu with 3 break points, by the way. on Zakharova to get that double break that she has been threatening to get for a while now on the previous service game as well. Towson being pushed around here. And she can't deal with that. You know she can't. Yeah, 5-3 or 3-5. Putintseva to serve 3-5. And Bocco and Birel, 4 games all. Do let me know in the live chat who you think is going to win between Mboko and Birel. And Raducanu gets the break. She now leads 6-1-5-2. She is serving for the match. Hello, Giuseppe, as well. Thank you for joining us in the live chat, Giuseppe. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Okay, here we are in the tie break. Oh, I think Putintsev's gone long there. 6-3, Towson now. 3 set points for the Dane, and the first 2 will come on her serve. Berrettini with 3 game points to at least make Zverev serve it out because he's down 3-5. But it's 3-5, 40 love for the Italian. Okay, Clara Towson here. 3 set points. Where are you going to go with this serve? Forehand return. Backhand now from Towson. Backhand slice from Putintseva. Towson with a big forehand, but Putintseva gets that back in play with Towson out of the court. And so she has saved one of these set points. 6-4. And Berrettini holds, so they will change ends. But when they return to the court, Zverev will be serving for the match. Just like Emma Raducanu in her match with Zakharova, they are a change of ends. And when they return, Raducanu will be serving for the match. Okay, forehand return here. Towson on the forehand, into the forehand of Putintseva. Putintseva pretty defensive with her shots. And a missed backhand cross-court from Towson. So another set point has gone, begging. And now Putintseva will be serving at 5-6. This is a game or a match that keeps on giving. Walton and Tien remain on serve in their second set. I say they remain on serve. They exchanged breaks at the beginning of the set, but they're on serve now. The win with a change of ends. Walton returning to the court 3-4. Okay, Putintseva here. She still needs to win this next point to continue this or to prolong this tie break. 5-6. These players, Putintseva and Towson, have exchanged breaks as well. Second serve here for Clara Towson to look at as well. Let me know your predictions in the live chat. Okay, Putintseva to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going out wide, backhand return. Now it's on the backhand of Putintseva into the backhand of Towson. Towson, remember, hitting a backhand error on the previous point. She didn't want to do that again. Forehand now from Clara into the forehand of Putintseva. But that's a bit short from Putintseva, but Towson doesn't really do a lot to punish it. So the rally continues. It's now on the backhand of Clara, now on the forehand of Clara Towson. Putinseva's not going to miss. At least that's her attitude. Is Towson going to miss? No, she's not. So we're still in this rally. Probably heading towards 20 shots now, this rally. A slice, drop shot. Hell of a drop shot there from Putintseva. Congrats to her. 6-all. 3 set points saved. 2 of them came on the Towson serve. And now an exquisite drop shot that Towson was nowhere near running down. And so it's 6-all, change of ends. Yeah, Jane is a member and has been for exactly 3 years. If you want to become a member, click the join button, which is pinned in the live chat. Okay, Zverev here, 5-4, 30 love, as he edges closer to victory over Matteo Berrettini. It is 30-15 now, though, so he's going to have to wait a little bit. Talking of waiting, we're waiting for Putintseva at the moment. She's having a sip of drink before she returns to the court. I do see a Denmark jersey in the crowd. The person supporting, presumably, Clara Towson won't be particularly happy that she's squandered those 3 set points. Raducanu, by the way, serving for the match, just like Zverev. And Raducanu is at 30-all on her serve against Zakharova. An hour and 17 minutes on the clock there. Raducanu, just like Zverev, 2 points away from a place in round 3. Okay, backhand cross court from Putintseva here. They have returned to the court. Putintseva with a forehand. She's hoping that the backhand from Towson will break down, but Clara is not obliging at the moment. A moonball now from Clara. That's unusual for her. You don't want to be getting into a moonball game with Putintseva, I'm telling you. But Putinseva's on the defense. Towson comes into the net, but what's she doing there? Oh, I think Putintseva is going to go long there with that forehand. Is she? No. I think it's a successful lob from Putintseva. And now Yulia's going to have a set point. She gestures to the crowd saying, hey, look at that. And to be fair, I thought she'd lost that point. She was pretty far down in the rally. Towson did give her a chance, though. Really, Towson should have gone cross-court with that forehand at the net. Instead, she took it easy and went into the only spot on the court where Putintseva had a chance of getting a racket on the ball. And Putintseva lofts up the ball and it goes over the very tall Towson's head. And the friend of the show now is going to have to save a set point of her own. Zverev, by the way, beats Berrettini. So he is through. Putintseva gets a racket on that, but surely Towson's going to put that away. She does. Serve +1, 7-all. So Towson has had 3 set points. They came and went. Putinseva's had a set point. That has come and gone. And Zakharova, by the way, gets a break back on Emma Raducanu. So that match is going to continue. She's serving at 3-5. Zverev is through 6-3, 6-4 over Matteo Berrettini. He's into the next round. And this tiebreak from Putintseva and Towson continues. We have an ace now from Clara Towson. So she will have a 4th set point. Putintseva serving now at 7-8. Matteo Berrettini waves to the crowd. And Putintseva saves the set point. 8-all. Birel is serving to stay in the match against Mboko, but serving to stay in the match, it looks like she's going to do that. 4-5, 40-15. Katerina Alexandrova, good question, Rajush. I think she's really out of form at the moment. That's what I say about her. I don't know if she's lost yet to Gibson. I know she's in a spot of bother having lost the first set. They're 4-all in the second set, by the way. So Alexandrova is down a set to Gibson, but they are 4 games all in the second set. Okay, 8 points all here. Putintseva to serve. Where are you going to go out wide? Forehand return. Backhand now from Putintseva. Good depth there from Clara Towson. Backhand to backhand right now. Now a slice from Putintseva. Forehand from Towson. Is that going to be a winner? No, she's going to miss. So we're going to have another set point. Set point number 2 for Putintseva. She seems to be enjoying this a bit more now. Just 10 unforced errors today from Alexander Zverev, helping him to get an 8.5 performance rating. It's also 14 from 16 points at the net. That's pretty good for Alexander, particularly as he's not known for his net play. Okay, so Towson here serving to stay in this set. Is that an ace down the tee? I think it is. It's another ace for Clara to save a set point. So 9-all now in this tiebreak. We've got 2 match points for Emma Raducanu, by the way, against Zakharova. Zakharova serving here, an hour and 21 minutes on the clock. And we finally got some match points for Raducanu. She was serving for the match, but got broken. But now she has 2 match points on the Zakharova serve at 15-40. Another change of ends, by the way, for Putintseva and Towson as their tiebreak continues. 9 points all. Can Zakharova save these 2 match points and try and make Emma Raducanu serve it out again? 15-40. Yeah. Some anxious looks on the faces in the crowd there. Zverev, by the way, is going to play the winner of Nakashima and Hugo Garabelli. And Emma Raducanu gets the job done. She is through. So Emma Raducanu is through to the next round. Alexander Zverev is through to the next round. Do let me know in the live chat. What do you think? Okay. 10-9 now for Clara Towson. So set point, I think it's the fifth one for Clara. Yes, it is. 9-10. Putintseva serves. Clips the net on the first serve. Okay, we're into the rally here. Towson here. Set point number 5 for the Dane. Backhand from Clara cross court. Backhand down the line from Putintseva. It's going to miss. And Towson clenches her fist because that means she's won the first set. An unusual unforced error there from Putintseva. And Towson, at the fifth time of asking, gets over the line. Zverev here signing some autographs. So, Clara Towson wins the first set by 7-6 after an 11-9 tiebreak. Day's work, 88, never in doubt. LOL, indeed. Dave, do hit that like button. And if you haven't already done so, please do hit subscribe. For those of you just tuning in, wondering what happened with Raducanu and Zakharova, Raducanu is through in straight sets to the next round. Alexander Zverev is also through to the next round. And Lerner Tien and Adam Walton are locked at 5 games all. And Kimberly Birrell is serving for the second set against Victoria Mboko. So that is a bit of a development there. With a game of tennis, I've got someone here asking how long until the match ends. A tennis match, unknown. This Lerner Tien Adam Walton match, for example, could be done in 5 minutes, or it could be another hour. So, yeah, Zverev defeats Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 6-4. Birrell is serving for the second set to take it into a third set against Victoria Mboko. Lerner Tien won the first set by 7-6 over Adam Walton, but it's 5 games all in the second set. Emma Raducanu, like Alexander Zverev, is through to the next round. Good to know, Giuseppe. He's a member of the Cam Williams podcast. You're also welcome, if you wish, to become a member of our podcast, Giuseppe. We would love to have you on board. Just €2 or $2 a month. And it's pinned in the live chat. Giuseppe, by the way, where are you tuning in from? Which part of the world are you? Towson and Putintseva, by the way, having a well-earned break after that lengthy first set, an hour and 20 minutes, and we've only had one set complete between these two, but they are now returning to the court. Remember to hit that like button, people. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Breaking news is that Alexander Zverev and Emma Raducanu won their respective matches in straight sets, so they are both safely through to round 3 at Indian Wells. More breaking news is that Clara Towson has won the first set over Yulia Putintseva. Are Adam Walton and Lerner Tien going to go to another tiebreak? The first set went to a tiebreak and was won by Lerner 7-2, I believe. Oh, and Birrell is serving for the second set. She was love 15 down, but it's now 15 all. And Clara Towson has raced into a 40-love lead on her serve. Comfortable wins for Emma Raducanu and Alexander Zverev today. Walton, by the way, is now serving to stay in the match at 5-6 in the second set. So he'll be keen to have another tiebreak. How is Alexandrova doing? Doing okay, but also not great. She's down a set, but it's 5 all in the second set. What about Kecmanovic and Koboli? They are into a third set, by the way, Koboli and Kecmanovic. Kecmanovic won the first set by 6-3. Koboli's won the second by the same scoreline. And the Italian leads by a break in the third. So, good news if you're a Kaboli fan. I'm sure you would have been worried after losing the first set. Kecmanovic is, of course, someone he's very familiar with. The Italian had to beat Kecmanovic in 3 sets last week en route to the Acapulco title. Yeah, Walton here serving to stay in the match, by the way, 15 all. Towson holds comfortably. So 1 game to love to her in the second set. And Birrell is serving for the second set, but she is down 15-30. So maybe it's time to have a quick look at that match between Birrell and Mboko. Okay. And also Tien against Walton. Oh, and Birrell goes long there. So 2 break points now for Mboko to force a tie break. Let's have a quick look at Lerner Tien as well, because that match could be coming to an end any moment. We don't know. Such is tennis. Oh, one of the break points has come and gone after Mboko goes. Oh, no, Mboko breaks. My bad. An unforced error there from Birrell, and we are going into a tie break, potentially to decide the match. Okay, let's get Adam Walton up against Lerner Tien, because that match might also be coming to an end. We've got a game point for Adam Walton, though, to get to a tie break. As they exchange backhands now. It's on the forehand of Lerner Tien, but I think Lerner's gone long, has he, with that forehand? Yes, he has. So, tie-break time once again for Adam Walton and Lerner Tien. They exchange breaks at the beginning of the second set, but they are going, therefore, to a tie-break after a bunch of holds. Lerner Tien, though, might be feeling quite confident, having won the first set on a tie-break pretty comfortably. 7 points to 3. I think I said 7 points to 2 a moment ago, so my bad. But either way, it doesn't really change much. Lerner Tien here. If he wins this tiebreak, he'll be through. Tara Gibson, by the way, is serving for the match against Alexandrova. 6-3, 6-5, she leads. Okay, Tien and Walton into a tiebreak. Mboko, by the way, wins the first point of the tiebreak against Birrell. If Mboko wins this tiebreak, she wins the match. If Lerner Tien wins the tiebreak, he wins the match. By the way, Birrell has just gone long there, so it is 2-0 for Mboko. She gets the first mini break advantage, much to Birrell's frustration, the Australian there. She looked very disappointed with that. So 0-2. Tien wins the first point, albeit it was on his serve against Adam Walton. 1-0 he leads. Gibson is serving for the match against Alexandrova. Towson won the first set. It was a pretty epic one over Putintseva. They have begun their second set. Raducanu and Zverev are already through. Here we go. Mboko here threatening, but that's a really good angle that Birrell has found. 2-1. Okay, Walton here serving 0-1. Okay, Walton here serving 0-1. Walton here on the forehand into the backhand of Lerner. But has Walton gone long with that forehand? I think he has. Only just long, but long all the same. So 2-0 Lerner Tien. Putintseva with a game point for 1 game all. And Mboko, by the way, 3-1. She leads in this tiebreak. She's 4 points away from the win. Backhand return. Forehand from Mboko into the backhand of Birrell going cross court. Slice here from Mboko. Decent depth on that slice. Good depth there, though, from Birrell. Good depth from both players. And Mboko on the attack here. She tries to get a 4-1 advantage, but Birel is defending. Net cord in her favor. But is she going to be able to defend that? Yes, she is. Drive volley from Mboko, and it's a winner. 4-1. Walton, by the way, who was a mini break down, has now got it back to 2 points all in his tiebreak with Lerner Tien. Do hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Tien, by the way, now leading 3 points to 2. And Victoria Mboko is up 4-2 in the tiebreak. Change of ends. Mboko 3 points away from the win. She'll be a bit disappointed to have lost that last point with an unforced error on the backhand side there on Mboko. Reminder that Zverev and Raducanu won their respective matches, so they are through. Adam Walton here serving at 2-3 in the tiebreak. Gibson is serving for the match against Alexandrova, and she's up 30-love on her serve. So Alexandrova on the brink of an early exit in the desert. Forehand here from Walton into the backhand of Lerner Tien. Nice change of direction there from Adam Walton, but Lerner Tien defending, but he can't defend that as he tries to go cross-court. 3-3, change of ends. So Walton is 4 points away from forcing a deciding set, and Lerner Tien is 4 points away from the win. Victoria Mboko is 3 points away from the win against Kimberly Birel. She's up 4-2 in the tiebreak. Alexandrova, by the way, from 30-love down, is now 30 all on the Tara Gibson serve. So some hope for Ekaterina. Four-three now in Mboko Birel. One game all between Putintseva and Towson in the second set. Okay, forehand here into the forehand of Mboko. Now it's a backhand cross-court from Birel into a backhand of Mboko. But that's a decent backhand, but they're still in the rally. That's a lovely forehand, but still in the rally. Birel dealing with this. Shot absorption, really good. Is that going to land in? I think she might have just... Oh, no, it landed in. What an angle. Maybe a bit lucky. Was that a mishit? Don't know, but if it was a mishit, she's not apologizing for it. And we're back on serve now between Mboko and Birel. That's 3 points in a row for the Australian. Look at this angle. How did she find this? I think she might have mishit that, but she didn't apologize. So it's 4 points all. Down the tee serve here from Mboko. Forehand now. It's going to miss from Victoria. And it's 4 points in a row for Birel. 5-4 she leads. Lerner Tien, by the way, is 5-4 up on Adam Walton. Tien 2 points away from the win. But it is on the Walton serve, so it's 4-5. Down the tee with that serve. Tien really far behind the baseline. Is that a +1 winner? I think it is. 5 all now between Walton and Tien. Look at that pained expression on Mboko's face. Pained indeed. By the way, Towson is going to have to fend off a break point against Putintseva. Serve down the tee from Birel. It's not going to land in. So a second serve here for Mboko to look at. Do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Look at that wind, by the way. I think it might even be the wind as well that helped create that angle that Birel got on the last point. Anyway, we're into the rally here. Oh, Birel misses on the forehand. And look how annoyed she is at that. 5 all. That was a real chance for Kimberly there. 5 all now in the tiebreak. Oh, we have a set point for Walton, albeit it's on the Lerner Tien serve. Tien serving at 5-6. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee. It's a good serve, but they're into the rally. Lerner here. Good depth there. Has he? Or has he missed on the forehand? Oh, has he missed that forehand? No, he didn't. He made it, and Walton couldn't deal with it. 6 all. Change of ends. Set point comes and goes. Break point has come and gone for Putintseva against Clara Towson. So they're at deuce, 1 game all. And Gibson gets over the line. She knocks out Ekaterina Alexandrova in arguably the first shock of the day. I think it's safe to say that Raducanu and Zverev were expected to win their matches, and they duly did. But Gibson knocks out the number 11 seed, and Katerina Alexandrova's season goes from bad to worse with an early exit in the desert. Okay, Tien and Walton here, 6-all. Are we going to get a match point for Lerner Tien? Yes, we are. He leads 7-6. We also have a match point for Victoria Mboko. So are Mboko and Tien, two of the younger players on the tour, going to both win their matches at the same time. Mboko, 6-5. She leads. It's on her serve. Where are you going to go with this serve, Victoria? You're going into the net, so it's a second serve for Birel to look at. Match point for Lerner Tien, but it is on the Walton serve. Where is Walton going to go with his serve? Not sure, but Mboko here serves. Forehand return. Now it's on the forehand of Mboko into the backhand of Birel. Look at the wind move that ball around, by the way. Nice angle there that Mboko finds, and Birel can't deal with it. So Mboko is through 6-4, 7-6 against Kimberly Birel. She survives a scare and is through to the next round. They embrace at the net. Okay, what about Lerner Tien? What are you going to do here with this match point? They're into the rally here. Forehand from Tien is going to miss. 7-all. Drama all the way. Game point for Clara Towson and 2-1. Alexander Zverev and Emma Raducanu are through, as is Tara Gibson knocking out the 11th seeder Katerina Alexandrova. Adam Walton here, 7-all in the tiebreak against Lerner Tien. Forehand return is going to miss from Lerner, I think. And so we're going to have another set point for Adam Walton. And Mboko is through. So congratulations to Victoria. Okay. Forehand here for Lerner Tien. Cross court. That's a nice one in behind Tien. So 8 points all. Wins for Gibson, Raducanu, Noskova, and now Birel on the women's side confirmed. Sorry, Mboko won. My bad. Tennis all the way. 8 points all here between Tien and Walton in the tiebreak. Back forehand cross court from Lerner. He's going to keep peppering that backhand, I suspect. Yes, he is. Cross court. But Walton's backhand is pretty good, although that wasn't a good backhand from Walton. He dumps it into the net, and we're going to have a match point for Lerner Tien. It's the second match point that he's had, but they have both come on the Walton serve. And here comes match point number 2. Adam Walton to serve at 8-9. Towson still with a game point against Yulia Putintseva to go up 2-1 in the second set. She won an epic first set tiebreak, 11 points to 9. And Mboko is going to talk on court. Okay, forehand missed by Adam Walton, and Lerner Tien is through thanks to that mishit shank on the forehand side from Adam Walton. He wins 7-6, 7-6 over Adam Walton. So the American squeezes through to the second round at the expense of the Australian as he takes the plaudits from the crowd. He'll be relieved to make it through to round 3, as will, by the way, Victoria Mboko, who was made to work for it today in her 6-4, 7-6 win over Kimberly Birel. Birel, we remember, was serving for the second set, but as in so many of the women's matches we've seen, so many breaks of serve. Towson has held for 2-1, by the way. That is a match that we will be honing in on shortly. Adam Walton there looking a bit disconsolate as he does at least put his hand up to the crowd as he walks off. He did himself proud today, though. Could easily have won that second set, had set points during the tiebreak. But it is Lerner Tien who progresses. Shall we look at the draw, by the way? Shall we do that? Some stats here from the Walton and Tien match. Tien upped his first serve percentage in. It was below 50% in the first set, but overall in the end it got up to 56%. But Lerner once again proving that he has an underrated serve, by the way. He got 78% of his first serves. Adam Walton's return quality, by the way, 4.5. Yeah, not great. 4.5 out of 10, by the way. Unforced errors from Lerner, 32 from him today. That's a little surprising, but it was also an example of how he is getting a bit more aggressive in his game. And the over 9-shot rallies, which is really the difference between the two, because actually the under 9-shot rallies were pretty even between the two, but the over 9-shot rallies, Lerner Tien won 9 of those, and Adam Walton won just 2. So Adam needed to keep those points short. Otherwise, he was in big trouble. And arguably, that was the difference in what was a match of fine margins. I'm just wondering. I think now Clara Tauson and Yulia Putintseva is our only match that's still live. Some stats, by the way, for this Mboko-Birel clash. 24 winners to 12 in favor of Mboko. So that was a category that she won. Birel, by the way, 1 from 6 at the net. That is a pretty ugly statistic if you're a fan of Kimberly Birel. Also, first serves points, second serves 1. Mboko, just 36%. She'll need to be doing better than that if she's to progress far in this tournament. Mboko, by the way, doing pretty well at the net, 4 from 5. Mboko will play the winner, by the way, of Zeynep Sonmez and Anna Kalinskaya in the next round. Emma Raducanu awaits the winner of Anna Blinkova and Amanda Anisimova in the next round. I did say I'll be looking at the draw. On the men's side, Zverev will awaits the winner of Nakashima and Ugo Carabelli. Meanwhile, Lerner Tien will play the winner of Ben Shelton and Riley Opelka. Okay. As I say, just one match more to play that we have a watch along for. And that is Yulia Putintseva against Clara Tauson. Tauson won the first set by 7 games to 6, but they are now on serve in the second set. Yeah, so to bring you up to date with the 4 of the 5 results that we had for watch-alongs today. Lerner Tien beat Adam Walton 7-6, 7-6. Victoria Mboko beat Kimberly Birel 6-4, 7-6. Alexander Zverev beat Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 6-4. And Emma Raducanu beat Zakharova 6-1, 6-3. Other results as well that I can bring you up to date with include Noskova winning in straight sets over Buzas Monero, and Kuboli and Kecmanovic are still underway, with Kecmanovic serving to stay in the match at 3-5 in the deciding set. Kostaya and Schneider are just underway, by the way. Kostaya leading by 1 game to love there. Okay, let me get Putintseva up on my screen in that match against Clara Tauson. So, Putintseva here serving at 1-2, and it is deuce on her serve. Lovely touch from Clara at the net there that Putintseva couldn't get to despite stretching every sinew. Do hit that like button, by the way, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Hello, Ashley from over the pond. How are you? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us today. Do hit the like button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Ashley, as a fellow Canadian, I guess you're pretty happy with that win for Mboko. It was a tight one, and Birel had her chances, none more so than when she was serving for the second set. But a few too many unforced errors, particularly in that tiebreak from Kimberly. And the net play also wasn't great from her today. And Mboko, despite not probably bringing her best tennis, progresses. Okay, Clara Tauson, by the way, has a break point here on the Yulia Putintseva serve. This is for the Dane to go up a set and a break. The friend of the show, no less. And wow, that's a really bad first serve from Putintseva. That didn't come anywhere near landing in. So a second serve here for Towson to look at. Backhand return from her. Look at that breeze, by the way. Backhand drop shot from Clara is not bad. Oh, and Putintseva slips at the wrong moment. I hope she's okay. She has been broken, which might be the more painful situation for her, but she slipped as she ran into the net, and she is getting back to her feet, albeit a little gingerly. I think she's okay. She kicks the surface in frustration. So it's 3-1 now. Towson serving now. 3-1 up in the second set. She won that epic first set by 7-6. If you are new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. And it's 15-love here. So things going from bad to worse for Yulia Putintseva in her match with Clara Towson. She's down a set and a break to the Dane. She had her chances in that first set, but then so did Clara, to be fair. Clara needed a fifth. It was her fifth set point that she sealed the deal on. Clara was up 6-3 in the tiebreak, but squandered those 3-set points. 2 of them were on her serve as well. For those of you just joining, Lerner Tien and Alexander Zverev are both through, having won their respective clashes in straight sets. Tien 7-6, 7-6 over Adam Walton in a match that was as tight as that scoreline suggests. Walton did have a set point, I think, at least one in the second set. Oh, backhand there from Towson into the net, so it's 15-all. Tara Gibson in the upset of the day, beating the 11th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova. Straight sets wins for Mboko and Raducanu on the women's side as well. And Zverev also beating Berrettini in straight sets. First serve there from Towson goes into the net. Okay, forehand return is going to go long there from Putintseva. So 30-15 for Towson. Coco Chanel, thank you for joining us. Do hit that like button. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. How many subscribers are we at, by the way? Let's see if we can get to... will we get to 25,700 subscribers before the end of this stream? This epic stream as we cover 5 matches. That's worth a subscribe, surely. If you hit subscribe, by the way, you will see this number just below my head that I'm sharing with you on the screen as we speak. You'll see the number just below my head tick over, and it'll tick over to 689, and you'll know that it was you who was that person who did that. And you could celebrate by doing a little dance. You can also celebrate by sharing this stream or sharing the channel in general with other people. I'm good, by the way, Ashley. I think I've responded to that question, but I'm just confirming it. 2 game points here for Clara Towson, by the way. Ashley has long been a subscriber and also a long member as well. Towson holds comfortably to 15, by the way. 4-1 change of ends, with Clara now just 2 games away from a spot in the second round. But Clara has been known for the odd collapse from winning positions before, none more so than when she was up a double break on Alex Ayala at the US Open last year. Putintseva looking pretty annoyed. I think she's maybe referring to that slip that she had when she was down break point. By the way, that Danish person in the crowd, or the person wearing the Denmark football shirt, still looks very glum, despite the fact that presumably her player is just 2 games away from a spot in the next round. For those of you wondering, where is Mboko and Birel? Well, that match has concluded with Mboko winning straight sets. For those of you also tuning in, wondering, what about Adam Walton and Lerner Tien? That match has also concluded with Lerner winning in straight sets. And for those of you tuning in, wondering about Emma Raducanu and Zakharova, going, well, what's going on? Emma Raducanu is through in straight sets. And if you're tuning in for Alexander Zverev against Matteo Berrettini, wondering what's going on, guess what? Zverev won, and yes, you guessed it. in straight sets. So the only watch along remaining from the 5 that we began the day with, the only one remaining is Yulia Putintseva against Clara Tauson. And at the moment, it's looking like a Tauson win in, you guessed it, straight sets. Putintseva, they're looking pretty glum. Do check out our interview with Panna Udvardi, by the way, that we did earlier on today, where Panna speaks about some death threats that she received. Okay. $15 all here on the Putintseva serve. 1-4. Putintseva forehand. Is that going to land out? Yes, it is. 15-30. So this match could be unraveling for Yulia pretty quickly. Do hit that like button, by the way. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe as we edge closer to 30,000 subscribers. Okay, 15-30 here on the Putintseva serve. She misses the first serve. And Kaboli gets the job done against Kecmanovic, winning in 3 sets, just like he did in Acapulco. Unfortunate for Mia having won the first set. Okay, backhand slice drop shot there's lovely from Putintseva, giving Clara Tauson some of her own medicine there with a very similar drop shot to which Clara did for the previous game to win it. Mind you, Putintseva, I think, did a similar one to that in the tiebreak, albeit a tiebreak that she went on to lose. So, yeah, I guess the story of the day thus far is Tara Gibson's win over Katerina Alexandrova. Albeit, I don't, given the form of Alexandrova, I'm not also all too surprised. Nice forehand winner there from Putintseva to get to 40-30 and a game point, and therefore 2-4. Emma Raducanu is through, and she could well play Amanda Anisimova in the next round. It'll be Anisimova or Blinkova, by the way, for the Brit. Zverev's record over Berrettini on hard courts, by the way, now is 3-0. Okay, Towson here serving 4-2, 15 love. Okay, 30-15 here, Towson. Second serve for Putin-Saver to look at. Backhand return from Yulia. Backhand from Towson. Towson having a really good backhand. Certainly top 10 in my opinion on the tour. Oh, she had a chance there, though, for just dinking that over the net, and it doesn't quite make it over the net. It hits the tape, bouncing back on Clara's side. So 30 all here. Maybe a little chink of light for Yulia to get back in this match. She is down a set and a break, of course. Clara just 2 games away from sealing the deal. If you're just joining, we've had wins for Raducanu, Zverev, Kaboli, Lerner Tien today, and Victoria Mboko. They all won their matches. Emma Raducanu as well, all winning their matches. Misplaced ball toss here for Towson, who seems to be struggling a bit with the wind, but that's understandable. A forehand return is going to go well long from Putin-Saver, so it's 40-30. Yeah, Lerner Tien beat Adam Walton 7-6, 7-6. Victoria Mboko beat Kimberly Burrell 6-4, 7-6. The Australian was serving for the second set. Emma Raducanu winning her match 6-1, 6-3 pretty comfortably today over Anastasia Zakharova. And Alexander Zverev also very comfortable in his 6-3, 6-4 win over Matteo Berrettini, extending his head-to-head advantage to 3-0 on hard courts over the Italian. Clara Towson's just hit a double fault at 40-30, shrugging her shoulders, seeming again to be blaming the wind for that error. And it is deuce. Most of the players seem to be just pleased to get their matches over and done with. We heard a lot of complaints from Venus Williams in her press conference yesterday. Okay. Ashley here asking, who did I pick to win the tournament? I didn't go with Sabalenka. No, I went with Elena Rybakina. Yeah, that's my tip. I don't even have Sabalenka in the final, I don't think. Backhand here into the backhand slice of Putin-Saver. Remember, we are at deuce. Good depth there from Yulia. But there's a moonball defensive shot there from Towson. And she can't deal with the backhand either, Clara. And we are going to get a break point here for Yulia Putin-Saver. Okay. So down the tee, backhand from, it's going to land in. That was close to the line there from, oh, wonderful backhand down the line there from Towson. That was brave tennis to save that break point, and we are back to deuce. Flavio Caboli beating Miomir Kecmanovic in 3 sets. He was a set down, was the Italian, before repeating his Mexico Open trick of a win over Kecmanovic in 3 sets. Linda Noskova, by the way, beat Buzas Monero 6-3, 6-3 earlier today as well. In some updates of matches happening right now, we've got Castella leading 3-1 over Schneider in the first set. Remember, we will have Alex Ayala against Diana Yastremska. We'll have a live watch along for that match coming up in a few hours. Ben Shelton and Riley Opelka are just underway in their match. They are 1 game all in the first set. And Sabalenka is also, talking of which, has just begun her match with Sakatsumi, the qualifier. Sakatsumi serving first, but it is 30-40 on the Japanese's serve. We've got a game point now for Clara Towson here. 7-6, 4-2, and it's her advantage. Where's she going to go with this serve? She's going to miss the first serve. Remember, she did hit a double fault last time when she was serving out to the ad court. No double fault this time. Backhand return from Putin-Saver into the backhand of Towson. Backhand Putin-Saver cross-court. Lovely angle there from Yulia. Now it's on the forehand of Putin-Saver, but she reads this quite well, does Clara. Can she get this drop shot? No, she can't, at least in terms of winning the point. So Putin-Saver saves the game point, and we're back to deuce. And Sabalenka gets the break, by the way. on Sakatsumi. So 1-0 or 1-love she leads at the beginning of the match. Musetti and Fucsovics are just about to start. Fucsovics is going to serve first. If you're wondering about some of my predictions, I've said Sabalenka would beat Sakatsumi. I went for Shelton over Opelka and Musetti over Fucsovics. I also predicted wins for Zverev, Mboko, and Lerner Tien as well, which have all come to fruition. Drop shot here from Sabalenka. Sabalenka. Towson, sorry. And she eventually wins the point. That was a weird point, by the way. And we're going to have another game point for Clara Towson. She's smiling about that one. Towson does hold. One game away now. Who are you picking to win the tournament, Ashley, by the way? We'd love to know. So, yes, Towson now, one game away. 5-2 she leads in the second set. Okay. We are still 12 subscribers away from that 700 mark that I talked about earlier. So if you are watching right now and you haven't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. In fact, statistically, about 70% of you watching have not subscribed. And if you do hit subscribe, you see that little number just below my head? That'll tick over. And you could do a little dance knowing you've made a difference. You can be proud of yourself. As we edge nearer to 30,000 subscribers. Okay, Putintseva, I don't know if she's a subscriber or not, but she's serving here at 2-5. I think she'll probably argue that she has more important things on her mind than subscribing to Talking Tennis during the changeover. And look at that stare, by the way. It's almost as if she can hear me. 2-5, she serves. Long on the first serve, so a second serve here for Clara Towson to look at. Forehand return from Clara. Forehand into the net from Putintseva, and she's looking more and more disconsolate right now. Still got lots of you tuning in for the Mboko-Birel match, which has recently finished with Birel winning in straight sets. But you're also probably keeping across this Putintseva-Towson match, which could be nearing its conclusion with a wonderful forehand winner there from Clara Towson. Love 30 now. Love 30 becomes 15-30. But Clara is 2 points away from a win and a spot in the third round in Indian Wells, where she would join Emma Raducanu and Victoria Mboko, who won their matches today in straight sets. That was a great point to watch, by the way. 15-30. Gibson also beating Alexandrova in straight sets today, knocking out the 11 seed. Noskova winning over Busas Monero, also in straight sets. And it's going to be 15-40 now. So we have a couple of match points here for Clara Tauson. $15-40. Putintseva to serve. Two match points for Clara Tauson. The first set was nip and tuck, but this set has been a bit more comfortable for the Dane, the 17 seed. Okay, Putintseva serves. Backhand return into the backhand of Putintseva. That had low net clearance there, but it's still in the rally here. Good depth from both players. They're fighting the wind as well as each other, and a forehand from Tauson goes into the net. So one match point has come and gone. That was from a neutral position, so that will disappoint the Dane. I think Putintseva is quite keen, perhaps, to use the same ball again. Anyway, 30-40 here. Match point number 2 for Clara Tauson. Putintseva serves. Forehand return into the forehand of Putintseva. Got good depth there from Putintseva, actually. Oh, but that forehand from Putintseva is going to go in the net. Tauson's happy with that as she proceeds 7-6, 6-2. A pretty cold exchange at the net, but I think that's just Putintseva upset with the fact that she lost. Nevertheless, battling through in the desert, coming through what was windy conditions to ultimately prevail in straight sets. Clara Tauson, the number 17 seed. She'll be pleased with that one. Shall we have a quick look at the draw to see who's going to be playing who in the next round? On the men's side, we had a win for Alexander Zverev earlier today over Matteo Berrettini. And he awaits the winner of Brandon Nakashima and Hugo Garabelli. We had a 3-sets win for Koboli over Kecmanovic, and he awaits the winner of the All-American clash between Brooksby and Tiafoe. Lerner Tien, he won in straight sets over Adam Walton, and he will play the winner of Ben Shelton and Riley Opelka. If it is Shelton, of course, that would be a classic all-lefty affair. Over on the women's side, the winners today include Vaducanu and Mboko and now Clara Tauson. So we have Mboko awaiting the winner of Zeynep Sommes and Anna Kalinskaya. And Emma Raducanu will play the winner of Blinkova and Anisimova. Noskova, who won in straight sets today, will play the winner of Kostaya and Schneider. And we do have, as a result of that win between Tauson and Putintseva, with Tauson winning it, she's going to be playing Gibson in the next round after Gibson beat Alexandrova, as you can see there on the screen, in straight sets. So we're going to do a quick preview of that match before bringing this stream to a close. So first of all, let's talk about that. Tauson winning today 7-6, 6-2 in a match that, well, the first set was nip and tuck. Tauson races into a 6-3 lead in the tiebreak, but squanders those 3 set points. She has another set point which comes and goes and eventually gets it done at the 5th time of asking, which really had to dig deep mentally there, did Clara. The second set, though, was much more comfortable as she seemed to get more comfortable with the windy conditions that Yulia Putintseva was struggling with. There was a moment when Putintseva, of course, slipped over. She seemed to be more annoyed, though, with the court than necessarily the wind at that point. And yeah, regarding the head-to-head, by the way, between Tauson and Gibson. Gibson upsetting the 11 seed, like Katerina Alexandrova, in a match that, despite it on paper seeming like an upset, I think Alexandrova's form this year is sketchy in the Middle East swing recently. But for me, she's not showing the same sort of form that she showed last year as she hit the top 10 for the first time in her career. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.